So we've been doing a little bit of ecology. So we're going to have a look at an exam style question. So what it is it's a paragraph and then the questions underneath it. So we're going to read the paragraph first, and you're going to keep a pen in your hand and you're going to mark the things you need to remember. So the pygmy shrew have been in Ireland for a very long time. Animals or plants such as these are said to be native. So a native animal is something that's been in Ireland for a very long time. Pygmy shrews feed on animals that eat dead leaves such as beetles, woodlice and small worms. So you might mark that they eat beetles, woodlice and small worms. The greater white-toothed shrew was first found in Ireland around 2010. Since then, this invasive species has spread rapidly across the southern and midland counties. It competes with the pygmy shrew, and in most places where the two types of shrew are found, the pygmy shrew has become extinct. The pygmy shrew is the smallest mammal in Ireland and is about the size of an adult's thumb. The greater white-toothed shrew is about twice this size. The danger of the loss of the native shrew is that it may result in the loss of biodiversity. So biodiversity, put a circle around that because it's a word you should know. For example, barn owls feed on the greater white-toothed shrew. However, the invasive species does not have the same nutritional value as the pygmy shrew. This results in barn owls producing fewer offspring, which in turn changes the balance of nature in these locations. So you carefully read the piece first, and then we're going to look at the questions. Name the native species of shrew. So have you got that? Suggest one way which the invasive species of shrew may have arrived into Ireland. Now put a circle around invasive. Invasive means came here from elsewhere. So how might it have got here? Think about that for a second. So maybe it came here in materials that came on a boat from another country. Maybe it walked down from Northern Ireland. So how did it get here? How did it spread into Ireland? List two organisms for which the two types of shrew are competing. So what are they both eating? Well, we noticed in the first line, they're both eating beetles, woodlice and small worms. So you want to do that. Explain, naming two different types of animals, why the greater white-toothed shrew may reduce biodiversity in Ireland. Now let's look at. So we're looking at two different types of animals. Okay, why the greater shrew may reduce biodiversity in Ireland. So two types of animals that are affected. Well, the two types of animals they mentioned were the ones that got eaten, the woodlice, the small beetles and the earthworms. They would decrease because of the shrew, wouldn't they? There'd be less of them around because there's now more organisms eating them. And then what was eating the shrews? Well, the owls were. But we know that the invasive species of shrew wasn't as good for the owls. So having that in the ecosystem might reduce the number of owls as well. So there's a possibility of reducing the biodiversity because the small insects might be affected and then the owls might be affected. So I have two different types of animals listed there.